Hello, my friend. Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why your body decided it was time to wake up again? Maybe there's no noise, no pain, no obvious reason, just stillness. The kind of stillness that brings questions. Why now? What's wrong with me? Why can't I sleep through the night anymore? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of older adults find themselves wide awake in the early hours of the morning, often between 2 and 4 a.m., especially around that curious hour of 3 a.m. And yet, despite how common it is, very few people talk about it. Instead, many lie there in quiet frustration, worried that something is wrong with their health, their minds, or even their hearts. But here's the truth. Waking up at 3 a.m. is not a sign that your body is broken. It's a sign that your body and your life are changing. And understanding those changes can be the difference between fighting your sleep patterns and finding peace with them. In this video, we're going to explore 5 powerful reasons why so many seniors wake up around 3 a.m. and what those wake-ups may be trying to tell you. Each reason offers more than just a scientific explanation. It opens a window into your body's natural rhythms, your emotional landscape, and even your daily habits. And when we begin to understand these patterns with compassion, not fear, we unlock the power to sleep more deeply and live more gently. Because your body isn't just keeping you awake, it may be sending you a message. And tonight, in this quiet conversation, we're going to listen. So let's begin this journey together with openness, with honesty, and with a little curiosity for what 3 a.m. might really mean for you. Sleep is one of the most essential processes of the human body. It's not just about resting, it's about healing, restoring, and maintaining balance. But as we age, sleep doesn't always come the way it used to. For many older adults, something strange begins to happen. You fall asleep easily at night, only to find yourself waking up around 3 a.m. fully alert and unsure why. This isn't just coincidence or bad luck, it's rooted in the complex ways your body changes over time. Let's begin with the basics. Sleep is regulated by something called the circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. This rhythm helps determine when you feel sleepy, when you feel awake, and how deeply you sleep. It's influenced by light, temperature, hormones, activity levels, and even emotional states. In younger years, this rhythm is relatively stable, guiding you through a solid night of uninterrupted rest. But as you grow older, several physiological and psychological changes begin to interfere with that balance. One of the most notable changes is the decline in melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that signals to your brain that it's time to sleep. Your body usually produces more melatonin in the evening as darkness falls, helping you drift off naturally. However, as you age, melatonin levels drop, and they drop more sharply during the second half of the night. That's why many older adults wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. Your brain simply isn't receiving enough of the stay asleep signal anymore. Another important shift is something called advanced sleep phase syndrome. As you age, your circadian rhythm begins to shift earlier. You might feel sleepy at 8:30 or 9 o'clock p.m., even if you were a night owl before. And if you fall asleep at 9 p.m., a natural 6-hour sleep cycle will wake you around 3 a.m. Your body thinks it's time to get up even though the world is still asleep. Beyond hormones and timing, physical discomfort also plays a major role. Aches from arthritis, the need to urinate, acid reflux, or leg cramps can all pull you out of sleep. These signals might not be loud or alarming, but they're enough to tip your body from deep rest into light wakefulness, especially when sleep is already more fragile in older age. Medications also matter. Many common prescriptions taken for heart health, blood pressure, or chronic pain can disrupt your sleep cycle. Some cause increased urination at night. Others may interfere with temperature regulation or leave you feeling more alert in the early morning hours. And we can't ignore the emotional and psychological changes that come with age. When life slows down, when the house is quieter, the responsibilities fewer, the days less structured, thoughts and feelings can rise to the surface more easily. At 3 a.m., when distractions are gone, it's not uncommon for the mind to replay memories, regrets, or worries that were tucked away during the day. This type of emotional wakefulness is subtle but powerful. What ties all of these together is the idea that sleep becomes more sensitive with age. Your brain responds more to light, noise, hunger, temperature, and even feelings. The balance that once came so easily now takes more intention. But the good news is, once you understand what's happening, you can begin to work with your body instead of against it. Because 3 a.m. isn't just a problem to fix, it's an opportunity to listen more deeply to what your body, mind, and heart are trying to say. 1. Melatonin decline. The sleep-holding hormone fades. One of the clearest reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is the natural decline in melatonin production that occurs with age. Melatonin is a hormone made by the pineal gland in your brain. It helps control your sleep-wake cycle, acting as the body's internal signal that it's time to rest. When you're younger, your body releases a strong, steady supply of melatonin during the evening and early night hours, helping you fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. But as you get older, melatonin levels drop. Your body may still produce enough to help you fall asleep at night, especially after a full day or a calming evening. But by the early morning hours, around 2 or 3 a.m., those levels have declined so much that they can no longer keep you in deep sleep. Your brain begins to move toward wakefulness, even if there's no sound, no light, and no discomfort. This isn't something you're doing wrong. It's simply your body's chemistry evolving with time. What's more, older adults tend to become more sensitive to environmental disruptions, especially light. Even a faint glow from a streetlight outside your window, a blinking clock on your nightstand, or a hallway light creeping under the door can suppress the already low melatonin your body is producing. That small interruption might be all it takes to wake you. The good news is you can take small steps to protect and support your body's natural melatonin. Dim your lights in the evening. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask. These simple changes can help reinforce the message to your brain that it's still nighttime and help you stay asleep longer. 2. Shifted sleep cycle. The body clock resets earlier. Another major reason older adults wake up at 3 a.m. is a natural shift in the body's internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. As we age, this rhythm tends to move earlier in the evening, a change called advanced sleep phase syndrome. You may find yourself getting sleepy around 8:30 or 9 p.m., even if you were once someone who stayed up until midnight. This isn't just a habit, it's a biological shift. If you go to bed at 9 p.m. and your body only needs 6 to 7 hours of sleep, it's entirely normal to wake up around 3 or 4 a.m. feeling surprisingly alert. To you, it might seem like insomnia, but in reality, your body has completed its sleep cycle earlier than it used to. It's not that your sleep is broken, it's just been rescheduled. This shift can be frustrating, especially if it doesn't align with your daily routine or desired wake-up time. But the rhythm itself is not harmful. It's your body adapting to a quieter, slower lifestyle. For example, if you're retired, eating dinner earlier, and exposed to less evening stimulation, your body interprets these cues as signs to wind down sooner. The key is to gently adjust your habits to stretch your sleep window a little later. Try staying socially or mentally engaged in the evening, chatting with a loved one, reading under warm lighting, or taking a gentle walk after dinner. These small signals can delay the onset of sleep and help you wake closer to sunrise. Understanding this shift can reduce frustration and offer a more compassionate view of your changing rhythm. You're not losing sleep, you're just on a new schedule. 3. Physical discomfort and health interruptions. Sometimes the reason you wake up at 3 a.m. isn't mental or hormonal. It's physical. As the body ages, it becomes more sensitive to discomfort, and many common health issues begin to interrupt sleep in subtle but powerful ways. You may not notice them as you drift off, but several hours later, they can nudge you out of deep rest without warning. For example, conditions like arthritis can make it difficult to stay in one position for long periods. After a few hours of stillness, your joints might start to ache, signaling your body to wake up and move. Similarly, acid reflux often becomes more noticeable when lying down, especially if you've eaten dinner late or reclined too soon afterward. One of the most common culprits, especially for older men, is the need to urinate during the night. As we age, the bladder becomes less elastic and the urge to go can become more urgent and frequent. While you may not feel it during the day, at 3 a.m. in a quiet room, that sensation can become impossible to ignore. Once you've gotten up to use the bathroom, your brain often shifts from deep sleep to light alertness, making it harder to fall back asleep. Medications can also play a role. Many prescriptions for blood pressure, heart health, or pain management come with side effects like frequent urination, temperature changes, or restlessness. You might not realize these connections until you start tracking your patterns or talk to your doctor. The important thing to remember is this: your body isn't failing, it's communicating. These nighttime wake-ups can be signs to adjust your care, your environment, or your routine so that your body can rest more comfortably and completely. 4. Lifestyle patterns that reshape sleep rhythm. Sometimes the reason you're waking up at 3 a.m. isn't due to biology or illness, it's the result of everyday habits that have quietly reshaped your internal rhythm. As life slows down in retirement, many seniors naturally shift into calmer, quieter routines. You might eat dinner earlier, wind down sooner, and move less throughout the day. Over time, these small changes signal to your body that bedtime should come earlier, and as a result, your wake-up time creeps earlier too. Without the structure of work, social engagements, or daily errands, your body no longer receives the external cues that once helped regulate your sleep cycle. Add to this a dimly lit evening and a cozy chair after dinner, and your brain begins to produce melatonin earlier in the night. You may find yourself nodding off before 9 p.m., sometimes without meaning to. Naturally, if you're asleep by 9, your body may feel fully rested by 3 or 4 a.m. Another quiet influence is food timing. Eating dinner at 5 p.m. without a small bedtime snack can lead to a dip in blood sugar during the night. Even if you don't feel hungry, your body may wake up in response to that imbalance. Similarly, caffeine consumed in the early afternoon can linger longer in the system as metabolism slows with age, subtly disturbing your rest hours later. Take a moment to reflect on your daily rhythm. Are your evenings too quiet, too early? Are naps sneaking in after dinner? You don't need a complete overhaul, just gentle shifts. Try adding an afternoon walk, brighter evening lighting, or stimulating conversation after dinner. These subtle changes can help re-anchor your sleep cycle and delay those early wake-up calls. 5. Emotional restlessness and nighttime reflection. Not all 3 a.m. wake-ups are about the body. Sometimes it's the mind, and more deeply the heart, that stirs us from sleep. As we grow older, life becomes quieter. The distractions that once filled our days fade, and in the stillness of night, emotions we've carried for decades begin to rise to the surface. It's not unusual to wake up at 3 a.m. feeling alert, not because of discomfort or noise, but because your mind has begun to wander through memories, regrets, or unspoken thoughts. This type of emotional restlessness often catches people off guard. It's not the racing anxiety of youth, it's softer, more reflective. You might think of loved ones who've passed, of conversations left unfinished, or of chapters in life that feel unresolved. These thoughts tend to appear when everything else is quiet, when you're finally still enough to hear them. Loneliness can also play a role. As social circles grow smaller and routines shift, the emotional connection we once had through daily interactions can fade. Even if your days are busy with chores or hobbies, the night can bring a sense of absence. That ache for someone to talk to sit beside you in the quiet, can be enough to stir you awake. But this kind of waking is not something to fear. In many ways, it's a sign of emotional depth. The key is not to silence these moments, but to meet them gently. Keep a journal beside your bed. Write a few thoughts if you wake up, listen to calming music, or say a quiet prayer. These small rituals give your mind and heart space to breathe, and often that's enough to help you return to rest with a little more peace. There's something sacred about 3 a.m., a stillness in the air, a hush that wraps around everything, as if the world is holding its breath. And in that quiet space, many older adults find themselves awake, alert, thoughtful, maybe even a little unsettled. If you've ever wondered why your sleep seems to break at that very hour, you now know. It's not random, it's not a flaw, and it certainly isn't a failure on your part. It's your body, your mind, and your life gently evolving. Each of the reasons we've explored, declining melatonin, a shifted sleep cycle, physical discomfort, lifestyle routines, and emotional restlessness, reflects the depth of change that comes with aging. Your body is more sensitive now, your mind is more reflective, and your life, while quieter in many ways, still pulses with the rhythms of memory, meaning, and adaptation. What if, instead of resenting the 3 a.m. wake up, we approached it with curiosity? What if it's not just a disruption, but a message? A reminder to care more gently for your body, to adjust your rhythms, to listen to the needs that often go unnoticed in the busyness of the day. Maybe it's your heart asking to be heard. Maybe it's your body nudging you toward a healthier pattern. Or maybe it's simply your soul reaching for stillness. You're not alone in this experience. All across the country, seniors lie awake at the same hour, wondering the same things. And just like you, they are navigating this stage of life with courage, resilience, and the quiet wisdom that only time can bring. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't rush to judgment or frustration. Pause, breathe. Ask yourself gently, what do I need right now? Maybe it's a sip of water, a few words on paper, a calming sound, or simply the grace to accept this moment without resistance. Aging is not about fading, it's about transforming. And even in the middle of the night, you are still becoming, you are still adapting, and yes, you are still deeply alive. That in itself is something to honor. So be kind to yourself. Sleep may come and go, but your ability to listen to your body and respond with compassion, that's what will carry you forward with peace and strength. Now that you understand the deeper reasons behind those early morning wake-ups, it's time to turn knowledge into action, because small, thoughtful adjustments in your routine can make a big difference, not just in how you sleep, but in how you feel throughout the day. Start with your evening habits. Dim the lights an hour before bed and avoid screens. TVs, tablets, and phones all emit blue light that can reduce melatonin. Instead, create a calming wind-down routine, a short walk after dinner, a warm cup of herbal tea, or reading a few pages of a book in soft lighting. These signals tell your brain it's time to rest. Next, look at your daily rhythm. Are your days too quiet, too early? Try adding small anchors to help your body stay on track. Open the curtains and get sunlight in the morning. Take a walk in the afternoon. Plan a short call with a friend or relative in the evening. These little cues can help reset your internal clock to a rhythm that supports longer, more restful sleep. If you wake at 3 a.m., don't panic. Stay calm, get up and stretch gently, sip water, or jot down a few thoughts in a journal. Avoid turning on bright lights or reaching for your phone. Let your body feel safe and relaxed. It will help you ease back into sleep. And most importantly, speak kindly to yourself. Waking up in the night doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means your body is talking to you, and now you know how to listen. If this video has helped you, please consider leaving a comment below. Share your experience, your challenges, or even the bedtime habit you'll try changing first. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so we can keep bringing you meaningful content to support your health, your rest, and your journey through aging with wisdom. Let's take a quick moment to recap what we've learned. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just a nuisance. It's often a message from your body. It could be due to declining melatonin levels, a natural shift in your internal clock, physical discomfort, changes in daily habits, or quiet emotional restlessness. Each of these reasons reflects how your body and mind are adapting with age, not breaking down, but evolving. The good news? You're not powerless. By making simple adjustments like improving your sleep environment, shifting your bedtime routine, and acknowledging emotional needs, you can support your body in getting the deep, restful sleep it deserves. Remember, waking up doesn't mean something's wrong. It may simply mean it's time to listen more closely. Honor your rhythms, care for yourself gently, and rest well. You've earned it.